One of my really good friends, who was actually an extra in the short, was working at DreamWorks Animation at the time, Jim Ryan. And Jim got a copy of the short as soon as it was done. We gave copies to everyone. I mean, we wanted to get it out there. There was no holding back. And he started showing it to people at his work, and they started loving it. And soon he was doing like screenings on the hour. And the producers of the movie he was working on, Prince of Egypt, said, "What's going on? We want to see this." So they watched it, and they said, "Jeffrey has to see this, Jeffrey Katzenberg." So they brought it upstairs, or I don't know the layout of the building, but they brought it up to Jeffrey. And they showed it to him, and he also really liked it, thought it was funny, and was like, "Steven has to see this." So, and I heard this all after the fact. So then he sent it over to Spielberg. So Spielberg apparently watched it and was laughing out loud, and the second it was over, picked up the phone and called Lucas and started telling him the movie, like beat by beat. And then FedExed a copy up to him. Same copy, Jim Ryan's copy, is now in George Lucas's hand. He watches it. And when I go in for my first meeting at DreamWorks, I didn't meet with Spielberg. But Bob Cooper, a guy who I actually later did a movie for, not at DreamWorks but at MGM, hands me an envelope with my name on it. I open it up. It's a letter. The first line of the letter is, "Steven Spielberg sent me a copy of your short film, George Lucas in Love." And he goes on to say that he thought it was really funny and thought we did our homework and wishes me well and wishes me success. And it's from George Lucas. Mm-hmm. And it was like just this awesome, awesome moment, especially given the whole story. Right. It's fantastic.
Have you ever gotten to meet him in person after that?
I did. Years later, I met him at Telluride. He was up there with a refurbished, remastered THX 1138. And so I found my way right up to him, and I shook his hand. I sort of reached out my hand, and he, being a nice guy, instinctively, shook it. But I could tell he was just sort of like, okay, whatever. Who's this guy? And I'm here, and he was there with his kids, and I think this was the first time he was showing the new version of this movie. So it's kind of a big deal to him. I'm sure he had a lot of other things on his mind. And I was like, "Hi, I'm Joe Nussbaum," and he kind of continues to shake my hand. He's like, "I did George Lucas in Love." And suddenly, like, his grip tightens on my hand. His eyes kind of light up. He looks me right in the eye, and he says, greatest line ever. This guy should be a stand-up comic. He goes, "Thanks for making me famous." And I was just like floored. And then his daughter like leans over and is like, "You did George Lucas in Love? I love that. It was so great." And I had no idea what to say. But it was really cool. And we talked for another minute or whatever, and it was a great moment.